Pathfinders. You are most welcome to the Unofficially Officially Braless podcast. I'm your host, Bubs, and I would like to extend my apology to all my listeners. I have been very quiet for the past few weeks. And so, yes, I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent this time around. I have been inconsistent for the past few weeks due to a few reasons. Namely, I was a little bit doubtful about the content that I was putting out. I felt a little bit stuck in regards to the things, in everything to do with the podcast. I wanted to figure out if what I was releasing out into the world was valuable to my listeners, to myself. And yeah, it was just a moment of reflection, and I think I'm still going through the process. I definitely want to better the podcast and make it more enjoyable for everyone, including myself. Not that it's not enjoyable right now, it is, but like an upgrade. I'm trying to think of an upgrade. And yeah, if you have any ideas, you can also reach out to me and let me know, like, oh, Bobs, you could do this, you could consider this or that. Of course, considering the essence of the podcast. And of course, to re echo this for any new listeners, us, the Pathfinders, we are part of a very unique group. Yes, we're part of the Unofficially Officially Braless podcast, but also we are our true, authentic selves in every aspect of our lives. When we release our energy into the world, it has a very good impact on the community, on everyone. We are honest individuals, we're prayerful individuals, and we help each other grow. Yeah, we help each other grow. We talk about everything, and yeah. Anyways, this week, but before I go into this week, I want to ask you guys, how have you been? Have you been in the past few weeks? I have been okay. I've been up to so many things. Things that I will let you guys know in the next episodes. I do have some ideas for the next episodes, and I know I've been telling you guys that I'm going to bring guests onto my podcast. And I promise. It's kind of hard when people are busy all the time, but I am definitely working on that. And basically, that's just the thing that I've been trying to figure out this entire time. Like, how can I make this season worthwhile? So please be patient with me, and I promise I'm going to be a lot more consistent in the next few weeks. So, for this episode, I want to talk about friendship. I think this episode is a dedication to my friends. It's very important to have friendships. Very important. You need your tribe. So this is like a love letter to my friends, basically. Each and every person that has been part of my story, whether you're an acquaintance, whether you're a friend, a close friend, a bestie, or whatever, this is for you. My friendships are very important to me, and there are a few things that I would like to put out there. I don't know if they're like disclaimers, or I don't know, but I would like to point out. Number one is, you are who you hang out with. I've not said you are like the person that you hang out with. I've not said you're similar to the people that you hang out with. I have said you are who you hang out with. Literally, you turn into your friends. So you have to be very careful with the people that you bring into your life, your friends, because you literally become them. They influence almost every part of your life, your decisions. You talk to them almost every day. So be careful, be selective, be picky with the people that you allow into your life. Yeah. Another thing I would like to put out there that might come out as controversial is that friendship in itself is a transactional aspect of life. Transactional how? Well, the commodity here that's being transacted is value. And that's a very important thing. Yes, you have to add value to your friends' lives. Your friends have to add value to you. And so if there's any friendship or relationship that's not adding value to your life, and you're not doing vice versa, I don't think it's worth it. I know the word transactional is quite a controversial term, but in this aspect, it's very much required. Well, that's in my opinion. You have to be valuable to your friends, and your friends have to be valuable to you. You have to grow together. You can't be in a friendship that does not add onto you or you adding onto them. And of course, you add onto them in very many different ways, okay? But there must be some kind of growth, some kind of development, some kind of personal development. I am not the same woman. My friends have invested so much into me, by the way. So much into me. And I am so grateful to them. I am the way I am because of them in certain aspects. Also, to put this out there, this does not disregard family. This is just an episode dedicated to my friends, but I also make an episode dedicated to my family. I love my family to death. I love those people so much. They have been very vital to my life. My family is my life. So yes, family is very important, but today we're talking about friendships. So yes, value is very important. Growth is very important. One of the other things that I would like to put out there is there are many different kinds of friendships and they're all important. I can give you an example. I have friends that I specifically for certain aspects of my life. We don't really go into personal things, but we mainly talk about, let's say, business, like you are my friend for like business related things, mainly business related things. And they're friends that I really love to hang out with out, like let's say if we go out, like let's say to a club or something, like they are mainly for that purpose. I know how this sounds, but it's the truth. Honestly, I'm just trying to be realistic. So you have friends for many different kinds of things, and that is okay. I have friends in certain spaces and we thrive in those spaces. We have friends in work environments and we thrive there. They might not thrive so much in the personal aspect, but they thrive so much. That's why we have work besties. If there are certain things that you do on a weekly basis, you hang out with certain people, let's say at the country club or something, or you people that you play with football, or there are those people that in that certain aspect they're perfect for you in that aspect. I don't know if I bring it up very well. Forgive me, English is my second language, but I'm trying. But yes, that's what I don't know. Am I making sense? Please help me. So, and that is fine. But what I'm trying to say is that is fine. I know it might seem a little bit controversial, but it is okay to have friends for different kinds of things. Another thing is your friendships are as important as any other kind of relationship that you have. People like to think that, okay, because friendship is like kind of like an automatic thing, you make friends automatically. Well, I'm going to come to that later on in the episode, but to most people, biggest percentage, friendship comes naturally. You start to hang out with these people, and before you know it, you're so close, you're besties and whatnot. So the fact that it's so automatic for you, you think it's just that, like it's a second nature to life. But in actual sense, it isn't. It's not. Some people don't have such friendships. For some people, it's not as natural as it is for you or for me. And I would like to say that friendships also deserve to be invested into. They deserve to be enriched. They deserve the energy. They deserve investment. Yes, guys. There's some people who get into relationships romantic relationships and they forget about their friends. Guys, let's not forget about our friends. Let's try to invest into our friendships because we need each other, guys. We need each other. So with that said, I can proceed with the episode. Friendships are really beautiful things. There are those that I've met from childhood, those that I have met recently, those that I've met in my adulthood. And I know there are more people that are going to join my life, and I'm honestly, every time I think about potential to meet somebody new, it just gets me so excited. Like, oh, all the people that I could meet, just the potential to meet people, amazing souls, it's just so exciting and lovely. I love meeting new people. I love making new friends. I do get friend crushes. I know people get crushes on like potential romantic partners, but I also get crushes on potential friends. You can meet someone and you just want to get to know this person. You just want to be their friend. Do you ever get that? Because I get that a lot. And sometimes it's maybe something that I've seen that they've written online or followed you for some time on social media, or I've gotten to see small little aspects of you, and I'm like, wow, I really, really, really want to get to know this person. I want to be their friend. I do get friend crushes a lot. I don't know if other people do it, but that's one of the things. And yeah, what I mainly want to highlight in this episode is how my friends have been very influential to my life. The days where I was grieving very much, I'm still obviously grieving. Grief never goes away, but those moments where it was very bad, my friends really came through for me. They held my hand. They were there for me each and every step of the way, and I am so grateful for them. My friends have also influenced my relationship with God. Thankfully, I have friends that have a very good relationships with God. They're very prayerful, and I thank God that my friends are prayerful because in a way, they influence me to do the same. I guess we influence each other. I'm getting like this bursts of happiness because I'm getting flashbacks of how I was struggling with my faith, and my friends were there to pick me up and tell me like, hey, like, we're not perfect, okay? It's normal to feel this way, but please embark on a relationship with God. And like, it's lovely, it's beautiful, and I like that. So for this episode, I would like to mention a few things, like 4 things that my friends have contributed to my life for my growth and my development. Number 1, oh my gosh, my friends are very accountable. They're my accountability buddies, and they're very serious. That's one thing I've realized about my friends. They're very serious when it comes to accountability. You said you were going to do this. Are you putting money aside monthly? Are you investing into something? Tell me. Are you saving money? And they don't do it in a way that is condescending or making you feel bad or anything, but they just come in and check in, and they're like, Bubs, are you doing this? And if not, maybe you can do this. Maybe you can, that's in terms of finances, but then also friends that have shared with me courses, online courses. They're like, by the way, you can check this out. You can do this. But yes, I appreciate very much that aspect of accountability. They're really good at accountability. And at the moment, it really feels, but later when I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, these people have really kept me in check. Number 2, resolving conflicts. I rarely have conflict with my friends, but it's definitely there like any other relationship. And my friends have taught me how to resolve conflict, especially when it's amongst ourselves. But if there's one thing I really appreciate, is the fact that we give each other room and space to learn from our mistakes. They're not judgmental. They're not like, at that moment when a misunderstanding is ongoing, it's there's still an aspect of, yes, we are fighting about this, but please remember that I am still your friend and I still love you, and let's figure this out. That's the kind of environment I'm in, and I love it. I love it. Of course, I don't like the misunderstandings, but I still feel the love even when we are arguing or fighting. I have a particular friend. We have had our moments. We've had our moments and we have fought. But one thing I love about this person is that they will fight for our friendship. They will fight for the friendship. We shall fight. We won't talk for like, the longest we didn't talk was for like 6 months. At that point, I thought our friendship was truly over. But this person showed up after the 6 months and was like, we need to talk about this. We need to understand why this was toxic. Why, those are the kind of friends that I have. Like, they don't just disappear when things are not going well. They will sit with me in the fire, and we shall talk about it, and we shall resolve our issues, and we shall go back to how things were. And I love that about my friendships. We resolve our issues and we have the hard conversations. We talk about the things that we don't want to talk about. We have to talk about them. And I love that. I really, really love that. Another thing I love about, this is the third thing that I love about my friendships, is the constant encouragement. My friends are my cheerleaders, if I can say. If I had the ability to show you a bunch of my messages from different friends of mine, it's one thing is that they encourage me a lot. As a person, sometimes your mind can start to have negative thoughts, and my friends always come through when it comes to encouraging me when I'm feeling doubtful, when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling depressive. They're always there to like hold my hand and tell me, Bubs, you can do this, you can do this. You started a podcast, you started a business, you did this, you did that. Like, are you forgetting? Like, they help me count my blessings. They're like, girl, you have gone far and you are still going far. You're going places. Like, they speak so much life into me and it blossoms. And I love my friends for that. They really make me feel good about myself. And I feel so rejuvenated when I talk to my friends and I'm like, God, thank you for love. Thank you for showing me love through these human beings, these wonderful human beings. And the fourth thing is they create a space for me to be utterly and completely myself. They accept every version of me. I'm a human being. I'm very complex. I'm not one particular thing. They don't wrap me up in a bubble or in a box. They accommodate every single version of me, and I really appreciate that about my friends. It's like, okay, this is you. Come, like, I like you the way you are. Come, let's grow together, let's build together. So I know I've been rambling about how my friends are great and how friendships are beautiful, but I want to dedicate this section to people that don't have friends. Like, what if you don't have any friends at all? Like, none. And maybe it's not because you're mean or you're antisocial or anything dramatic, but sometimes life just plays out that way. You move, people drift, you've been focused on other things, and suddenly you look up and realize you don't really have that tight knit circle everybody else seems to have. And I just want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not less of a person because you don't have a group chat blowing up every night or anything like that. But if you do wish you had friendships, I think it's something where you have to start small. Like, really small. Maybe one conversation, a one hi to that person at work or at school or anywhere, you know? And or maybe send a DM to that person whose content you actually like. Let me tell you something. The way that I've made friends, you guys, it's crazy. But it all starts with just a hi. I know it's not easy, but sometimes it just starts with a hi. And I know friendships don't fall from the sky. They start with the tiniest seed of connection. And before you know it, you really connect with this person. And don't overthink it. You don't have to suddenly become, Miss Social or just put yourself in spaces where people you'd actually vibe with might be, whether it's a class somewhere or a volunteering thing somewhere, or even online communities. Just test the waters, and you will vibe towards people that feel right to you. Because I would say this, friendship isn't about numbers. It's not about the number of years that you've been friends with this person, and it's more about the quality of the friendship. And one genuine person who laughs with you, listens to you, and checks on you, that's gold. Yeah. So don't count yourself out. It's a gift. It's a gift that you deserve as a person. And just because you don't have friends that you can rely on doesn't mean that you can't have them. You can. You have to give yourself time, and you can build on that slowly. Yes, but you should know that it's possible to have friends. And this message specifically goes out to people that don't have friends at all, or they just, have acquaintances or people that they don't really go like in depth with. I understand some people are very, very close with their family, and their family are their friends. That's also really sweet. But then there are those people that actually want to have friendships. Yeah, so this message is for you as well, and you deserve it. You deserve friendship very much. It's a gift from God. So I would like to conclude with saying that friendships really they're like those they're mirrors, literally. They're little mirrors that help us grow, laugh, and sometimes even cry in the best way. And whether you've got a big circle or a small one, or you're still trying to find your people, your journey is valid, and the way friendships show up in your life doesn't have to look like anyone else's. So yeah, I'm grateful for the people that I have, and I hope this episode nudged, it nudged you to either appreciate your circle a little more, or to believe that you're capable of building one if you don't have it yet. Because trust me, you are. And so, the next episode, I've been thinking about what should I talk about while I work on the guests. I know I've been promising guests, but they're coming. So next episode, I feel like I still want it to be connected to friendship, but this time I want to talk about let's flip it a little bit. I want to talk about boundaries. Oh, I know when that word is said, it kind of shakes things a little bit. But yes, I want to talk about boundaries. Yes, friendships are very beautiful. Relationships are beautiful. Any kind of relationship is beautiful, but what happens when people overstep? Yeah, what happens, and how do you say no without feeling guilty, Or how do you mind your friends' boundaries, and and you don't violate them, and you keep them, you don't cross anything? Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And yeah, we're definitely going to go there. Yes, I'm your friend, guys, and I'm going to bring the uncomfortable conversations. Other than that, I'm really happy to be back, and I will see you next week. Hopefully. Toodaloo.